Alright, this thing's got 114,000 games. It gives you 2 controllers, gives you everything you need, HDMI cable, everything. All the games, the Marios, the Donkey Kongs, the Zeldas, the Cadillacs and dinosaurs, you name it. This thing's got it. It's running Emulate. It's sweet. It's got all the cool graphics, the cool themes, all the consoles you want from Atari all the way up to about Dreamcast or so, Sega, Saturn, that whole era. And plays them decently. It gets a little sluggish towards the top there. But to tout this many games and to be able to play all this stuff, is it too good to be true? Let's check it out. Here we go. Kinhank sent me this little TV box. This is the X3 model, the latest and greatest. It was actually like on back order. They were so popular. Let's check it out. Starting with arcade, you got 3 things here. You got arcade, Final Burn, and MAME. This is going to be all your arcade games all together. 2,500 games on that one. Final Burn, you got 6,600 games. And then MAME, you got 1,900 games. And a lot of ROMs here. Like everything from your X-Men, things like that. You'll see later in the video, we'll get into things I don't like about this build, but one of them is this. This is the same game. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, there's a 2-player variant and a 4-player variant. I'll give you that. But why is there 4 4-player variants? How come these 3 regular X-Men files don't even open with this emulator that they're set up to? I guess I got into it early. Sorry. Got a little excited. Well, anyways, that being said, there's still a lot of games. Like, no, if you just want a ton of games, this is definitely a lot on there. It has RetroArch installed. You could do a lot of change your settings, things like that. And most of the games do play out of the box, like 80% of them. There's just like an extra bloat in there. Moving along to Atari, I'm going to kind of skip over this 2600, Atari 800. It's going to have pretty much all your Atari games plus some like that, like 5600 games. Like what the hell is 56? What 50? Look at these. These aren't even games at the bottom there. And you're going to find duplicates, things like that in here. Now, if you know what you're looking for, great. I think a lot of people are going to gloss right over the Ataris. But in case you're curious, they're here. They work. There's lots of games, all the games. It's probably going to have the game you're looking for. Some of these builds, like they've taken out some of the Nintendo games, especially the Nintendo. So anyways, Atari Lynx, Wonder Swan Color. What the hell is this? A Uzi box is a retro minimalist 8-bit open source. I don't think I've ever played this one before. Okay, so you got Uzi box. And then you got your Capcom Play Systems. Capcom Play System 1, 2. It doesn't have Capcom Play System 3. I guess they're probably in there. You're going to find a lot of these games also in the arcade set, but, like Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, a great little game. Let's just hold here. So no video snaps. You're not going to have a video preview, but you get a little JPEG here on the left side here of what it is. What was I talking about before that? I was talking about duplicates on Atari. If you're looking, if it's going to have what you have, and then Nintendo games. So Nintendo has a reputation for going after these builds and any kind of build that uses Mario or Donkey Kong or any of their IP, intellectual property. And this one still has it on there, in case you're curious. So you do have all your Super Marios. But Commodore 64, Amiga CD, even has user instructions here. Let's see what this is all about. All right, let's go in there. Okay, hotkeys, how to add and delete ROMs. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. They're trying to help you out. Let you know what's up.
How to map the...
Whoa, they even have a little
How to
voice.
map the controller. You can follow this video.
Oh, okay.
Press start.
Okay.
Choose controller setting.
Yeah,
Hold.
you can do all that. So you just hit start on your... What they're saying is you just hit start on your controller here. And this is Emulate, so you can see here it's really easy to get into the settings and change your controller settings, your sound settings. I turned off the background music. You can even change the UI settings here. You can change the different themes. What are we on right now? We're on Crystal. Let's go back. You only get one theme, Crystal. You could download more themes, though. And you could kind of customize the way this all looks. You can even update it if you wanted to. Okay. So it does have Mario, and we'll see in a second. Odyssey 2 and Television. Let's see how many games, in case you're curious. 116. The way they sell these on Amazon is they're like, 1 million games. And really, it's just, like you saw there, like you're going to go into a file like this, and then you go to the bottom where it's, okay, that one actually has it. Look at this one. Okay, that one has some Z's in it. Some of these will be like, not a game. Yes. Not a game. They'll just have like extra files and things. And they definitely add that to their counts. But, I mean, let's not hate too much. This one is a 256 gigabytes is what you get with this. So I have to say, I mean, they're giving you all the computer-based systems back in the day. They're giving you all of them. They're not skipping any. And you'll see they even have the homebrew games on this thing as well. So Vectrex, MSX1, MSX2. Did we see the total counts there? 196 on MSX2, MSX1, 900, Vectrex, 71. PC Engine, what do we got? 412. Like that's a solid collection right there. Only one not a game. Couple dupes already. And going good. One thing I'll say is this fan is on all the time on this thing. I don't know if you can hear the fan from the microphone, but it is going. CD-ROM, there you go. Super graphics. But you can't blame it. Most systems have fans. All right, 319. Game & Watch should be around 60. Okay, 45. Pretty much all of them. What else do we have here? Family Computer System, 2700. NES, 1500. NES Hacks, Jesus Christ. Like, what? What? Let's see how many Nada games we have here. Okay, quite a few. But look, you're going to see some like Super Mario. You're going to see some Mario. You're going to see Mario. It's going to be like 100 Mario games. Let's just see. Watch when we get to M. I'm telling you. Okay, there you go. Oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Quite a few. Tecmo Balls. How many Tecmo Balls? How many? Did you count that? Okay. All right. And then here we go. Super Mario Brother. Okay, did you see that? That was a hard scroll there, people. I'm scrolling right now. I'm scrolling. You're not seeing, but I'm scrolling. See, I've been hitting this scroll button that whole time. This is a hard scroll here. Oh, there we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Those were all Super Mario. I got to give them credit, though. Like, that's impressive. Okay. So, again, are you ever going to play like 10 of these games? And there's 2,500 there? Okay. Family Computer Disk System, 297. Game Boy, 1,600. That's way too many. There's going to be some hacks, some other things in there. Super Famicom. What the I don't even understand anymore. I'm just lost at this point. Okay, not a game. How many not a games do we have? Okay, hard scroll this. Yeah. Wild. And I guess some of those are like Game Genie and stuff, but still, seems like there's a lot of dead weight here. Mahjong games, things like that. Like Zoop. Why are there so many copies of Zoop? Okay, let's go back. I want to see the next one, which is just regular SNES compared to Super Famicom. So we got, how many of these? 14,000. Yeah. This is more realistic, okay? The 3,700. The other one is just wild. The hacks, we got 380. Virtual Boy, we shouldn't have too many. 31. N64, we should have 300 here. Okay, so a little bit light on the N64. Game Boy Color, okay, you're going to have some hacks and some homebrews on there. This is, again, too many. There should only really be about 1,000 Game Boy Advance games. So what are we dealing with here with the Game Boy Advance? They must have they're going to have the 3-in-1 games. Yeah, 2-in games in 1. All that fun stuff. Some movies are going to be in there. For those of you who don't know, they used to make movies. There's also going to be some Nada games in there at the bottom. Okay. Pokemon Mini. I mean, some people like that stuff. It's there. Nintendo DS. 554. That's pretty good. 3DO. 14. Not very many there. In case you're curious, let's look in there. That's what you're going to get. See, this is a cleaned up right there. Open bore. Atomic Wave. 7. Not too many. SG-1000. Here we go. Now Sega 200. That's not too bad. Master System 500. Mega Drive 500. Not bad. We're doing okay so far. That's a little too many. Okay, that's about double the amount we should have. I imagine that the hacks will be found in here as well. Not a games. You got some demo discs, things like that. And then hacks. $71. Okay, not bad. You play some Sonic hacks and things. $4.97 on the Game Gear. Okay, here's the problem right here. You got Mega Drive and you got Genesis, and you got another Mega Drive here. So you got your Japanese Mega Drive, your US Genesis, and then this is your European games here. Is that how they got this all set up? I guess so. Sega 32X, 60 games, Mega CD, so that's your Sega CD, 558. Sega Saturn, 14. Dreamcast, in case you're curious on the Sega Saturn. I did play a game on here. It ran okay. Don't expect the Sonic Jam and some of the other stuff to run perfectly, but it'll run. Dreamcast, 19. Naomi. You can't really fit a lot of these games on something like this. It's such a small SD card. 70. And then we got a couple more computer systems here. Sinclair 1100. Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Oh my God. 20. Can you believe that? 20K. That's how they're inflating their numbers, ladies and gentlemen. That's the inflation right there. Oof. I'm hard scrolling right now, just so you know. Jesus. All right. SNK, Neo Geo CD, 78, Neo Geo Regular, 262, Neo Geo Pocket, 340, color, way less. 118, PS1, let's see what we got here. Wow, that's decent. That's a decent PlayStation. We'll check later those out. PSP, 117. A lot of these are going to be PSP minis. Yep, not really full PSP games. Supervision, 47. Let's see what they're touting. Let's see what the big deal is here, people. 114,000 games. Jesus, that's a lot of games. CPC 464, 1100, and then Amstrad 25. Right, so they do give you this little 4 gigabyte SD card, which gives you this Core Elect. It's another bootable device. You can turn this into a little TV box. You can add add-ons onto it. You can download your own games, use it for pictures, things like that. You go to add-ons over here and install different repositories, install zip files, install emulators, install Kodi, VLC player, all that good fun stuff. Basically turn it into a home server. You know, you can have that all accessible to you. Gives you the little remote as well to navigate all this. And yeah, so that is a bonus. I'm not going to mess with it much, but in case you're curious, it does come with it. So now let's get into the gameplay here. If you're just going to be playing Super NES, Nintendo games, this thing is going to perform great. You're going to have no hiccups whatsoever. It's going to play all your classic games. And what I said earlier is this does include this game, Mario Kart. You know, a lot of these builds now are removing some of their Nintendo content because they're having issues with Nintendo, but this one still has all your favorite Nintendo, Donkey Kong, Zelda, all that fun stuff on it. Now let's talk about some negatives here. Like I said, they just stuff a ton of ROMs in here. You can see here I'm trying to play a game. It's being loaded by the wrong emulator core, and so 6 of the ROMs didn't work, but finally I got the 7th one to work. Now, would most people be as persistent as me to get this to work? Maybe not, right? So it's not perfectly set up in that regard. Now here we are in Sega Saturn. Sega Saturn is a system where you're going to be pushing the limits of a device like this as far as performance. A game like this, Darius, is going to run just fine. It's not super graphically intense, but you know, something a little bit more graphically intense. The whole Sega Saturn library will not run perfectly. So here we have Sega Naomi, and runs well. Yeah, Naomi and Dreamcast, you should have no issues with whatsoever. We're going to watch some Dreamcast gameplay in just a second here. So as far as performance, this is right at the peak of it. Do note that this fan pretty much runs all the time, so you're going to have a lot of fan noise with this device. It's just like a big the whole time. Doesn't really bother me. I knew that to expect that. You know, this is a cheap little device. So, you know, with the price point around $150, and you're getting 2 controllers, and you're getting a 256 gigabyte SD card, plus a 4 gigabyte SD card, you know, that's quite a bit, plus the HDMI cable, plus the power cord, plus the device itself. When you add all those things up, you know, there's still quite a markup on this. You know, that might be like, I don't know, probably $50 their cost or less. Especially the SD cards they use, they are junk, but they work, right? They're definitely not a SanDisk or a Samsung. So anyways, that being said, we have a Thomas Wave here, and it's running good, actually. I was really surprised that Dolphin Blue here is running good. This game tends to lag a little bit, so that was a welcome upgrade. Now remember, this is the X3 model. There's an X2 model and X1 model, so this is the latest and greatest as of June 2023, although they're coming out with a ton of more devices. Every month they're coming out with more stuff, this Kinhank company. So what was I getting back to with price and value? It's a decent value, especially if you need the TV box, the actual system itself, and controllers. If you build something yourself, it's like building your own custom PC. You could probably get better for your price and better for what you're looking for and customize it, but you're going to spend more money. If you just need a plug and play, everything you need in one shot, it's a decent option for you. Just don't expect great performance. Like, here you go, Nintendo 64, not great. Also, I forgot to mention earlier in the video, Dead or Alive, you try to load it, the ROM wasn't ready, right? So not everything is working. I would say it's like an 80 to 85% complete build. They highly over-exaggerate how many games are on here. They exaggerate the performance. Here we are in PlayStation, by the way. If you haven't noticed, there's no music. It's not because I turned off the music. It's because their PlayStation ROMs don't have the music in them for them to save space, right? So that way they're able to put 10,000 plus games on the system without the fluff of the extra space on the music files. So they skimp there, which is a pretty common practice, just so you know, but do note that in your PlayStation collection. And so we're going to finally move on to some more arcade games here with my final thoughts. If you need this thing, you need the controllers, you need everything, it's a decent contender. I mean, those purists out there, those people that are building their own things and coin ops and customizing it, like, those are light years ahead as far as performance and customization and getting the games to look like their original selves with all the shaders and everything else. Light years ahead. But if you just need a down and dirty, give me the console, give me the controllers, I just want to play games, this thing is a big contender, especially with what you're getting. Like, you're getting, so much stuff. That, also keep that in mind, you're getting so much stuff that you're only going to be playing about 5% of this stuff, right? You're buying it for Mario, or you're buying it for Pokemon or whatever, or the arcade set. So keep that in mind, you don't need everything. So find out what you need, find out what you want. This could be a solution for you. It definitely has its flaws, so take what I said, I gave you the pros and cons. And, it might be worth a shot, especially since they sell on Amazon. Like, how much easier does it get than that? So that's what I think. Let me know what you all think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.